Alright guys, so welcome to another episode of Mind Show Publishers, where we live that passive income life one idea at a time. So if you saw the thumbnail, you know I'm going to talk about how I just got a free trip down to Charleston. So this was a last minute trip I wanted to do with my son. I have an 8-year-old son. My husband, he wasn't going to be able to go because he had to work. He has his own business. So we just decided, well, let's just go down for a weekend. We love the beach. Anytime we can get down to a beach, we want to do that. We're actually in South Carolina, so going down to the coast, whether it's Myrtle Beach, Atlantic Beach, Hilton Head, Charleston, it doesn't matter. We just love going down to the beach. So how did I get my free trip? First off, the days that we went down on Friday, and we came back that Sunday. And this was July 4th weekend, so you know things are a lot more expensive on weekends like that, especially if you didn't plan something. But there are things that I do. Some people may not agree with it because they don't like to use credit cards or things like that. But I use my credit cards effectively. It's not something that I do just to have extra money or anything like that. So this is what we did. First off, I have a Hilton Gardens credit card. So basically a Hilton credit card. I don't pay anything for the card. I am a Diamond member, which means that I do different types of traveling. I use my card. I have enough points so that I can get free hotel stays. I can either use the points that I've earned from already staying in hotels or points that I've earned from purchasing different things. So I ended up having 2 free certificates, and you get free certificates outside of the points that you may earn by staying in a Hilton hotel. I didn't realize I had 2 tickets. They've actually upgraded the Hilton app on your phone. So it shows you free certificates that you've earned. So I had 2. So I was like, okay, well, let's just use those 2, even though I already had points. I currently have 500,000 points on my Hilton credit card. And like I say, I'll tell you how I earn different money on it. It's not something that I do haphazardly, but we booked the hotel to go down that Friday, and we were going to come back that Sunday. So the room is already free. That's usually the biggest expense unless you're flying. We don't have to fly. We can drive down. It's like a little under 3 hours for us to drive down to Charleston, South Carolina, from where we're located. So that was the first thing. The next thing, of course, would be gas. Gas, of course, is expensive right now, but they did lower it, for the weekend travels. Around here, it was under $4 to be able to get gas. But I didn't have to purchase any gas to drive down there. I had enough already in my tank just for my normal everyday driving back and forth to work. So I didn't have to pay for any gas to go down there. So we haven't paid for anything. Driving down, it was horrendous with the rain all the way down there. I did hate that. But we got down there safely. We got down to our hotel. We actually stayed on the water. So we could look out, at the boats and different things like that. We had a balcony view in the hotel that we were in. I'll have to look up the name of the hotel because I don't remember the actual name. It was a Harbor View hotel. Let me see if I can actually find that real quick. Charleston. And if you see me looking over here, it's because I have okay, here it is. I have my laptop here. It was the Hilton Garden Inn, Charleston waterfront downtown. I don't know how much rooms are normally a night there. Like I said, we didn't have to pay anything. And it was a nice hotel, and we could look out on the water. Beautiful view. So, like I said, no money to get the hotel, no money to drive down there. The first time we encountered money that I paid with was we had to eat when we got down there. So the first day when we got down there was in the afternoon, so it wasn't a lot we were going to do on that day since we had all of the driving down there. 8-year-old kid, you know what he wants. It's going to be pizza, it's going to be nuggets, it's going to be something like that. So I got McDonald's. It was $20 for McDonald's. So you got $20 that you paid for that. But even with the $20, I have a travel rewards card that I was able to get that food for free. You know, basically, I have a Bank of America travel rewards card. You get money every time you spend. So for every dollar that you spend, you could get up to 2.6 points for that, which converts into money. And on the Bank of America travel rewards card, there are no blackout dates. The points don't expire. You can always use them. And so I accumulate points that way also. So basically, once I came back from my trip, you can go on the app for the Bank of America travel card, and you can see all of the things that you have purchased, and then you can see how many points that you have. I had 22,000 points. So the way that it converts over to pay, you know, for different points, the food was $20, so those that turned into 2,000 points for that. I don't normally use points and things like that. I usually save the points for my travel in regards to airline tickets, you know. So if you paid $115 for a ticket, it's like 11,000 points for that. We haven't been doing a lot of air travel lately because of the pandemic, but that was a way of being able to comp something. You don't have to. It was only $20, but I'm showing you how it was a free weekend. So it's $20 for that food. The rest of that day, we basically hung around the hotel. It was the first time we went to that hotel, so we checked out the pool, looked at the area and everything. The next day, Saturday, this was the second time I had to actually use money to buy something. One, breakfast was free. The breakfast is comped in the hotel, so we didn't have to pay for breakfast. But then I wanted to take my son to the aquarium. We both like aquariums, science museums, things like that. So it was a weekend. We wanted to have fun, so that's what we did. Okay, so after we finished breakfast, we went to the aquarium. The aquarium cost $62.90. I bought a ticket for myself and a ticket for my son, and you basically can stay there the entire day. My son loved it. He got to play with manta rays, little sharks, you know, that were out in the water. They had petting zones and things like that. Plus, they had a ton of other stuff you could look at around the aquarium. It's not a huge aquarium, but it is nice. Like I said, we like aquariums. We've gone to several aquariums. We've gone to the one in Myrtle Beach. This one was Charleston. We've gone to one in New Orleans. So anytime there's an opportunity to go to an aquarium, we're going to go to it. So the $62.90, like I told you before, on the Bank of America travel rewards card, that would cost 6,290 points. We had 20-some thousand points, so that was taken care of also. The rest of that day, we were at the beach, didn't have to pay anything, and then the only other time was we went to eat, you know, for dinner. I had seafood. My son, of course, wanted pizza, so we ended up paying $30 to get pizza and seafood, just shrimp, fish, that type of thing. Nothing major. Charleston has great, you know, food down there if that is something specific that you want to go for. We were keeping it simple, one, because when you have a 8-year-old kid, you're not going to get anything fancy. You know, if you're in a fancy restaurant, they better have chicken nuggets and fries or he's not going to be happy. So that's what we did. And the $30 that we had, that was taken care of also because we had the travel reward points. Then Sunday was the day we went home. Breakfast was comped, you know, again. And then we had to get gas. Now, like I said, when we drove down, I didn't have to purchase any gas because my tank already was filled up because of, you know, driving to work and everything. We had enough gas to get down to Charleston, but I knew I would have to buy gas coming back. That ended up being $60 to fill the tank up to come back home, but I was also able to comp the gas for that. Another thing about gas, the way that I get gas is I have the Walmart Plus plan. So you get an additional 5 cents off of each gallon if you're going to a location like a Sam's Club or Walmart. If you're going to an Exxon or Murphy Oil, that type, you get 10% off. I think anything helps, especially now with as high as gas prices are. But we were able to get it $60, and that was taken care of also. Now, let's talk about the credit cards that I mentioned. I have two credit cards, non-business credit cards, because I do have two business credit cards that everything I do from a business standpoint, if I'm buying things for the YouTube channel, if I'm buying things for my Amazon business, I put all that on the business card. If I was actually going to turn the video that I went down to Charleston into, like I'm doing now, I could write off all of those items on my business too. But we're going to look at it like it's just regular people like myself and you, and we're just doing a vacation for the family. So I have two personal credit cards, not a debit card. I have two personal credit cards. I have a Hilton American Express card, and then I have a Bank of America Visa travel card. Any type of things that I purchase on either of these cards, they're either giving me points for hotel stays or is giving me points that I can use for any type of travel. So the Bank of America travel, if you buy food, whether it's fast food, whether it's fancy restaurants, whether it's airline tickets, hotels, it doesn't matter what it is. Anything that you purchase on that card that they deem is travel, it's going to be it's going to give you points so that you can end up paying those off with the points that they gave you. And some of the things that I've gotten, it surprised me that they paid it off because, you know, McDonald's or different things like that, it didn't matter where it was located, you know, at times. I thought that they would things like that and be like, no, you know, you can't do that. I took my son to Great Wolf Lodge. It was only $100. We were there like 2 days, and they paid for that. They deemed that as travel. If we go to Carowinds, that's not too far away, we could write off those tickets by using those points. So it's all about how you utilize the credit cards that you do. Now, if you are a person who is not good at managing money, don't get credit cards. It's not going to do anything but cause problems for you down the road, and you're going to get in debt. For me, I don't put anything on those credit cards that I wasn't going to get in the first place. So if I'm going grocery shopping, if I am paying for my Netflix or my cell phone, anything that I normally have, it's not something that I just see the brand new Apple Watch and I'm going to go out and get it. No, I don't put things like that on credit cards. I put things on there that I am already going to get. It's things that is part of my normal everyday life that I am going to use. And then I automatically pay them off. All of my credit cards are on automatic payments. I don't have to worry about it being paid. I pay it a couple of days before the bill is actually due. I have everything set up. So I never get surprised by having a bill out there. And I put different limits on it. You know, some people are scared that their cards can get taken. Someone can actually hack into it, get their numbers. But I put notifications and alerts on all of my cards. So anything that's purchased on my American Express card, it automatically comes through. I can see it on my Apple Watch. It'll come through on my iPhone. For my debit cards, if there's an amount paid over a certain amount, you may say, hey, anything over $100, I want to know about it automatically. And it sends me an email. It sends me a notification. So you can protect yourself so that you're not, nothing is hacked into and you get be a victim of identity theft. You can take care of all of those things. So that is how I got the free trip to Charleston for the weekend. It was basically utilizing the resources that I had, utilizing my cards appropriately, and basically taking advantage of some of the options that they have on some of these cards. They have some really good cards out there. I don't know how it may be if you don't have good credit. My credit score the last time I checked, it was 843. It fluctuates. It's been 850, 842. It goes back and forth. But I don't think any of that has anything to do with the credit cards, that I have. Anybody can get a credit card. But, if you're worried about interest on it, it means that you shouldn't get that card because I don't incur any interest. I pay it off before that even happens. So hopefully this helped you out. Guys, I just wanted to kind of show you that there is a way to still be able to have fun and not have to spend a lot of money. I know somebody may be watching this and may say, hey, I don't want to eat out at McDonald's or eat pizza. I want to eat fancy. That's fine. I'm just saying you can have fun and not spend a lot of money. We spent nothing. Even if I did have to pay for the stuff that I did get, like the food, it still would have been $165. It wouldn't have been over $200. And yes, I could have bought whatever we wanted to down there, but I didn't need to. All my son needs is a bucket and a shovel, and he's cool out on the beach. And yes, I will spend money on museums and aquariums and things like that just so he can see something else and he can learn while we're on these trips. So I hope this helped you out. I just wanted to show you that it can be done, and it's needed now more than ever with all of the things that's going on. Sometimes you just need a breather. I don't care if you just take a hotel weekend or a day and just spend a time in a hotel to get away from people. You have to make sure you're doing self-care. This was a way of self-care for me, being able to go on a trip that I could have fun with my son. And now we're planning our next trip. We're actually going to Jellystone Park, which is another location in Bostic, North Carolina. It's a great place to go and relax. I'll do a video on that. I did pay for that, but I am going to actually use points to pay it off later after we take the trip. But hey, that's what I do. Hopefully it can help you. Tune in to our next video. Maybe I can show you something else that you can do.